going to happen, and we want to lay a foundation, leading up to that day, and how Nigerians can begin to practice safer hand hygiene. Joining us to discuss this is Mrs. Chizoma Opara. She is the national coordinator, Clean Nigeria, Use the Toilet campaign, and she's from the Ministry of Water Resources as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mrs. Opara.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you. So, let's talk about this quickly. I like that we're talking about hand hygiene. We've talked always, I mean, a lot of times we talk about how people need to wash their hands regularly and all that stuff, but in practice, we're not doing so much. How do we get Nigerians to begin to wash their hands regularly? Let it become so it becomes a habit, for all Nigerians to practice.
Thank you very much. And I'm happy to be about it. And just when it was all over with the Ebola, everybody went back to status quo. Again, we saw the COVID-19 to ravage the entire world. And again, it flashed back again. Okay, we are going to wash our hands and all that. And again, it seems everybody seems to be forgetting. And I would say that there is a very big gap. In terms of knowledge, we know we're supposed to wash our hands. But when it comes to practice, I think that is where we have a very, very huge gap. There have been this Global Hand Washing Day commemoration started sometime in 2008 by the United Nations, and then announced 15th of October as Global Hand Washing Day. And that was actually basically to see how we can create more awareness around the issues around hand washing. But over the years, what has happened? We also know that there was this year when it was your hands, your health is in your hands, and a lot of things that have come with it. But just after the commemoration, again, we see ourselves falling back. So it calls for a whole lot of concern, because if we can actually get this as a habit, get everyone to wash their hands properly, then we'll also stand to see, a healthier nation and a wealthier nation.
Speaking of washing the hands properly, what's the proper way to wash the hands?
Now, hand washing is about washing your hands under running water with soap. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, we don't have a tap, but there are a lot of improvised, means of actually washing the hands. We have what we call the TP tap and the rest of them. But making sure that the water is running off, and then you're actually washing your hands. And then, of course, taking care of the thumbs, the back of the hands, and all that. So that is the proper way to wash your hands.
So, some people ask, how many times do I need to wash my hands a day before I know that my hands are, clean enough?
Now, I would say as often as you can, so that it gets to a state where you can't even count how many times you've actually washed your hands. Making it a habit, like, have we seen what the doctors do? There's no doctor that comes as he's entering the office, he's washing his hands, he enters to see the patient, he's washing. It's a habit for them because they know that it's critical. Can we begin to look at hand hygiene as that which is critical to our lives? Looking at what has happened over the years in terms of where diseases have ravaged the entire world, has ravaged the entire nation, and yet we're still talking about proper hand washing. We're still talking about how can we make it a habit. And if you look at all those premises where we had those facilities, go back there, they're all gone. So it's really, really a source of concern. And that is why today, as a result of, the COVID-19 and all that, WHO, UNICEF, they woke up to say, fine, we're now going to be looking at, let countries now begin to look at developing a roadmap for, hand hygiene. And Nigeria has actually done that with the collaboration of UNICEF and all stakeholders. And today, it was actually launched on the 6th of September by the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, alongside other key, stakeholders that were also part of that event. And the basic thing there is that we want to see how hand hygiene can actually, be a universal thing, where we see people washing their hands at critical times. We want to see how we can mobilize intersectoral collaboration. We want to see how we can advocate for, key stakeholders to be why a lot is
on radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
As we all know, Abuja is fast developing and is developing in phases. So many estate developers are giving much attention to Idu, the industrial access in Abuja. Great location, fast developing, proximity to the express road, 3 minutes drive from the Idu train station, 10 minutes drive from Scientech Estate, 15 minutes drive from the central area. Installment of payment is available. Flexible payment plan. Michelle Homes Limited has about 20 hectares of land selling at promo price. 250 square meter to build a 4-bedroom terrace duplex going for 2.145 million. 350 square meter to build a 4-bedroom fully detached duplex going for 3.03 million naira. 500 square meter to build a 5-bedroom fully detached duplex going for 4.290 million. Land banking is the investment opportunity in Nigeria. Abuja is the best place for investment, and Michelle Homes is the best developer to work with. Don't miss this opportunity to greatness. The time is now. For more information and site inspection, call 081 6802 4911. That is 081 6802 4911.
At Stella Maris Nursery and Primary School, we do not only encourage our kids to dream of success, we teach them to get up every morning and make it happen. With over 25 years of stellar educational magic, qualified and dedicated staff, conducive and serene environments spread across Abuja, you can be sure that quality education is at your doorstep. So what are you waiting for? Make learning fun and exciting for your little ones today. For more inquiries, call 0809 037 3727 or check us online at www.smsabuja.com.
Stella Maris campuses are at Area 1, Life Camp, and Wamba, Abuja.
Hi, my name is Iya Nacho Prince. Thank you for staying with us on your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3. Join me on the Eagles Morning Rise from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3 FM.
Christian or in the you know part of the conversation down to your children 044 and 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090974445. Now let's get to key into this to ensure that the hand hygiene is improved in the country.
Thank you very much. When I was talking about the Clean Nigeria Use the Toilet campaign, the organized private sector in water sanitation and hygiene was inaugurated by the Honorable Minister sometime in 2019, and the OPS, that's the OPS wash, and they are actually ensuring that they partner with the private organizations in the area of water sanitation and hygiene. And as a result of this partnership, we also have been able to attract the World Toilet Summit 2022. It was announced by the World Toilet Organization that Nigeria was going to host the next World Toilet Summit, which comes up on the 18th and 19th. And this is as a result of a lot of they have seen the commitments, the political will in terms of water sanitation and hygiene, and that has attracted that, and everyone is actually looking forward to that. So we're looking at a lot of innovations that will also come around then. We're going to have sea exhibition, so the whole world is actually looking up towards that date, 18th, 19th. So make it also a date, and then we'll see how the private organizations can actually open up the sector and see how they can all key into the sector to support water sanitation and hygiene interventions in Nigeria.
Now, do you think that a law should be promoted to ensure that Nigerians wash their hands? Because some people say, look, Nigerians do not take things seriously until there is a law that says if you don't do this, you're going to go to jail, you're going to get punished for it, and and that's when Nigerians really buy into these things. They begin to do them because there's a punishment attached to it. Do you think that we should make a law to see that Nigerians, take this hand washing seriously?
It's not even about making the laws, but I think it's about ensuring that we actually, get committed to all that, because we also are aware that the roadmap for the Clean Nigeria campaign is on, and the states are still, catching up to see how they can actually key into that. And then we're also looking at, activities that are around that. Now, just like I said, for a local government to be open defecation free, it up, I think they will not understand it. And that is what the community-led total sanitation that is being used to ensure that communities stop open defecation. When they see that link, that sends a very strong signal wow, you mean this act is what is causing this? So we need linkage to happen, and it means more awareness, around people, more awareness in our communities, in everything. So my message now is hand washing with soap is the only non-pharmaceutical means of preventing diseases. So it's something that we must it's a continuous exercise. We must make it a habit. We must make it a part of us, and that is the only way hand hygiene can actually win this
Say that again. Hand washing with soap is the
only non-pharmaceutical means of preventing diseases.
and it saves you money.
Yes.
I mean, think about how much you spend on medication when you fall sick,
Sure.
and how much you can just spend on buying soap. I mean, it's just soap. You have soap all around you. You can just buy that and use that for a really long time, and it
Yeah.
saves you all the stress of spending money on medication. I think that's something we should even talk about.
Yes.
And the out-of-pocket expenses
Exactly.
for
Wow,
medication and all. Because if it saves you, a lot of Nigerians, if it saves them money, they're happy to do it.
Exactly.
They're happy to do it.
Exactly.
So I want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Chisoma. I don't know why is this. Mrs. Chisoma Opara, National Coordinator, Clean Nigeria, Use the Toilet campaign. By the way, talk about the toilets for a minute.
Yes.
Um, the communities, even in the FCT, they don't believe in toilets, or they don't have toilets. Open defecation is a thing, and some of these waters wash up to the streams where they get water from, and it just doesn't make sense.
Yes, something is already happening in the FCT because sometime mid this year, the FCT Minister of State actually did the groundbreaking ceremony where she launched the 10,000 toilet across FCT, and it is on a PPP arrangement. So again, you look around us, you see that a lot is already happening under the area. One bridge I have seen, two. Wherever I have seen, now I look out, as I move around, I see that, the toilets are really springing up. And these are on a PPP arrangement. So a lot of states should actually key into that to see that, provide, that opportunity for the private sector and see that they're going to drive this entire process. So we look at that. It's something that it's taking time, but it's something that will happen. So we're looking forward to a lot that is happening around the FCT. And we look at it as a legacy that can actually be sold, to other states to actually key in.
Again, thank you, Mrs. Chisoma of our National Coordinator, Clean Nigeria Use the Toilet campaign, and Federal Ministry of Water Resources. Appreciate you for joining in this morning and sharing thoughts with us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, the conversation continues where we get to the politics that you like to talk about. We'll be talking about some of the national economic issues in a bit. Keep it with me on your radio experience. You can count on. Don't forget, wash your hands. It would save you money. Wash your hands. It would keep you healthy. Stay with us here. My name is Iheanacho Prince. I'll be back with more in a bit.